Shaped with these delicious, nutritious products from Pine State. Got your milk, got your orange juice, got your cottage cheese. They're products, Vern, that'll make a winner out of you.
For most of television history, commercials and TV shows lived in completely separate worlds. But sometimes that line gets blurred, and characters from ads end up getting their own full TV series. The results are usually strange, sometimes amazing, and always fascinating about how entertainment actually works. We're diving in first with a show that takes us back to 2004, when you're watching TV and a caveman in a nice sweater gets offended at being called primitive. Geico's So Easy a Caveman Can Do It ads were everywhere. These weren't your typical Flintstones cavemen. They lived in modern apartments, ate sushi at trendy restaurants, and spoke like college graduates with sophisticated vocabularies. The whole joke was that they were cultured, educated people constantly stereotyped as primitive. The ads featured latex prosthetics that looked surprisingly realistic. The cavemen would roll their eyes, sigh dramatically, and deliver cutting remarks about modern prejudice. One memorable spot showed a caveman at an airport clearly offended by the Geico slogan on a moving walkway advertisement. By 2006, everyone was talking about them. They weren't just commercials anymore, they were cultural phenomena. ABC executives noticed the buzz and thought, why not make this a sitcom? They hired Joe Lawson, the guy who created the original commercials, to run the show. The plan seemed simple: turn the 30-second gag into a buddy comedy about race and privilege set in San Diego. Here's where things went sideways. What worked perfectly in a commercial completely fell apart as a TV show. The makeup that looked great under commercial lighting looked fake and weird on HD television. The prosthetics were more obvious, the skin tones looked off, and the whole illusion crumbled under closer inspection.
Can I have the Sudoku?
I do the Sudoku.
We can do it together.
Critics saw right through it, calling the show a one-joke premise stretched impossibly thin. The writers struggled to create storylines beyond the basic fish-out-of-water concept. How many times can you make the same joke about cavemen dealing with modern life? Despite heavy promotion and primetime placement, only 9 million people watched the premiere. That might sound like a lot, but it was considered disappointing for 2007. By week 3, ratings were in freefall. ABC pulled the plug after just 7 episodes. Chicago Tribune ranked it among the worst shows ever made. But here's the twist. This failure changed everything. Networks finally admitted that viral ads don't automatically have enough story material for a series. Geico quietly retired the cavemen and moved on to their gecko mascot, which proved much more sustainable. Before we get into the next weird TV show based off a commercial, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're watching. It's like giving a high five from afar. And if you find this video to be entertaining, give it a like. Alright, now back to the weirdness. The second show on the list jumps back to 2000. The internet was still young, dial-up connections were common, and a company called FreeInternet.com had a bizarre idea for their commercials. They took a 6-month-old baby and digitally altered his mouth to deliver sarcastic one-liners in an adult man's voice. The result was Baby Bob, and people couldn't stop talking about him. The technology was primitive by today's standards. Digital artists would film the baby, then composite an adult mouth moving in sync with recorded dialogue. The effect was simultaneously cute and disturbing. Bob would make jokes about adult topics while sitting in a high chair or lying on a crib. The ads were so popular that Quiznos licensed the character for their own sandwich commercials. Lionsgate Television smelled opportunity and partnered with CBS to create a family sitcom. They cast Adam Arkin and Jolie Fisher as parents who discover their newborn can talk with the dry wit of a stand-up comedian. The episodes followed predictable formulas. Family has supernatural secret, must hide it from neighbors, comedy ensues. Baby Bob would make wisecracks about diaper changes, critique his parents' parenting skills, and offer dating advice to his teenage sister. But there was a problem nobody anticipated. The digital mouth replacement technology kept glitching. What looked charming in a 30-second commercial became deeply unsettling over 22 minutes.
Big is Bob?
So big! But enough about me. What's going on with you in town?
The timing was often off, creating an uncanny valley effect that made viewers uncomfortable. Curiosity drove 13.1 million viewers to the premiere, then something interesting happened. Parents found Bob creepy rather than cute. The jokes about adult topics coming from a baby's mouth felt inappropriate rather than funny. College students who loved the commercials felt the TV jokes were watered down for network television. By episode 3, ratings collapsed. CBS tried moving the show to a different time slot, but nothing worked. They burned off the remaining episodes during summer reruns and quietly canceled the show. Baby Bob kept appearing in regional Quiznos spots through 2005, but the TV experiment was over. But not every commercial character crashed and burned on television. At number 3 is Jim Varney's Ernest P. Worrell, who first appeared in 1980 Nashville commercials. Picture a guy in a denim vest talking directly to his unseen neighbor Vern, enthusiastically botching product demonstrations while asking, "Know what I mean, Vern?" Ernest was different from other commercial characters. He had genuine heart underneath his slapstick comedy. Varney created a complete persona. Ernest was well-meaning but incompetent, enthusiastic but accident-prone, friendly but annoying. The character sold everything from milk to car dealerships across the South. The spot spread nationally through syndication. Ernest Goes to Camp made $23 million on an independent budget, proving the character could carry a feature film.
Not only do I get high interest rates, but I got my choice of a free GE TV, Weber grill, and a whole lot of other stuff. Of course, I chose my...
CBS took notice and greenlit Hey Vernon's Ernest for Saturday morning television. The show mixed Pee Wee Herman energy with Looney Tunes pacing. Each episode had a theme, like outer space or scary things, with Varney playing dozens of characters. He created entire families of personas. Auntie Nelda, Dr. Otto, the world's worst car mechanic. The variety kept things fresh and showcased Varney's range as a performer. Kids loved it. The physical comedy was perfect for Saturday morning viewing. Varney won a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Performer, validating the artistic merit of commercial-based entertainment. But production was expensive because Varney played nearly every role himself. CBS was also shifting toward cheaper animation during this period. Now number 4 gets really weird. In 1986, the California Raisin Advisory Board spent $300,000 on clay animation raisins singing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. The commercial was created by Will Vinton Studios, pioneers of claymation animation. The raisins had personality, attitude, and incredible dance moves. The commercial exploded beyond anyone's expectations. Raisin sales jumped 20% nationwide. The mascot scored a platinum album with various Motown covers. Ray Charles asked to make a cameo as a raisin in future commercials. Merchandising deals generated millions in revenue. 2 Emmy-winning primetime specials called Meet the Raisins and Raisins Sold Out convinced CBS there was a Saturday morning potential, but budget concerns forced a crucial change. The weekly show switched from expensive clay animation to cheaper cell animation. Will Vinton stayed on as creative director, but the magic was lost in translation. Episodes framed the Raisins as an R&B band navigating cartoon show business, similar to the Monkees or Fame.
Let me handle this.
But one side, fellas.
Music rights were expensive, so writers created original songs that sounded like Motown knockoffs. Kids were confused by the concept. Parents who loved the claymation charm felt shortchanged by flat 2D animation. The show only lasted 13 episodes, but here's the kicker. Merchandising actually earned more money than advertising revenue. Lunchboxes, PVC figures, and plush toys sold like crazy. The California Raisins proved that a commercial property could become a licensing goldmine, even with terrible TV ratings. Fast forward to 2013 for number 5. NBC outbid Fox and ESPN for US Premier League soccer rights and needed a promotional video Americans would share. They partnered with Saturday Night Live to create something special. Enter Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso, a clueless American football coach hired to manage Tottenham Hotspur. The character was immediately appealing. Sudeikis played Ted as genuinely optimistic and well-meaning, even when completely out of his depth. The fish-out-of-water premise was classic, but the execution felt fresh.
Wait, that's another country?
Yes and no.
How many countries are in this country? He knocked at that ball with his head. Is that legal?
Totally legal.
2 YouTube shorts called An American Coach in London racked up millions of views and became sports bar favorites. Producer Bill Lawrence, who created Scrubs, saw bigger potential. He reimagined the fish-out-of-water joke as a heartfelt workplace comedy about masculinity, divorce, and personal growth. The original commercials were just the jumping-off point for something much deeper. NBC passed on the project, but Apple TV Plus grabbed it as one of their first original series. The timing was perfect. By adding romantic comedy elements, mental health storylines, and relentless optimism during a global pandemic, the show became Apple's flagship series and won back-to-back Outstanding Comedy Emmys. Ted Lasso succeeded where others failed for 3 crucial reasons. Writers built a fully realized ensemble cast rather than relying on one gag. They treated the commercial premise as just the starting point for character development. Long-form streaming allowed variable episode lengths and deeper emotional development. At number 6, the strangest success story belongs to Max Headroom. He originated in a British TV movie called 20 Minutes into the Future, about a reporter's consciousness getting uploaded into a computer. The character was a stuttering, glitchy AI with a distinctive robotic voice and jerky movements. America discovered him through Coca-Cola's 1986 Catch the Wave campaign, where Max mocked Pepsi with cutting digital sarcasm. The ads were visually striking, featuring green screen effects that looked futuristic for the time. Max became synonymous with the cutting edge of technology and advertising. ABC ordered a primetime drama set in the same dystopian future. The series was part Blade Runner, part media satire, following reporter Edison Carter exposing corporate mind control while his digital alter ego provided commentary from TV screens. But it aired opposite Dallas, one of the biggest shows on television. ABC canceled after 2 seasons despite critical acclaim. Max developed a cult following that persists today. Cyberpunk theorists praise the show as eerily accurate about deepfakes and algorithmic news feeds. AMC announced a reboot in 2022, showing the brand's continued relevance. And last on today's list at number 7 happened in 1997. Levi's ran surreal TV ads called They Go On, featuring dreamlike scenes of DJs in empty fields and mysterious drivers in vintage cars. The campaign was all atmosphere and mood, selling lifestyle rather than product features. When .com excitement hit, Levi's financed a daily 5-minute web soap continuing those characters. This was revolutionary, a major brand creating original content exclusively for the internet. Episodes streamed at 15 frames per second through Real Player, which was cutting edge for 1997. The show featured future That 70s Show star Laura Prepon as one of the leads. Viewers could post comments that writers incorporated into future episodes, creating an early form of interactive storytelling.
Buddy, move! I'm a cow! Come on, man, move it!
Limited bandwidth meant most households couldn't watch properly. The story ended after 3 months when server costs became prohibitive, but They Go On predicted Instagram-style lifestyle marketing and interactive storytelling long before streaming services existed. Viewers had to leave their couch, go to their computer, dial up to the internet, and watch grainy videos essentially selling them jeans disguised as entertainment. These 7 experiments reveal clear patterns about what works and what doesn't. Brand awareness doesn't equal narrative depth. Tone translation matters enormously. Platform fit is critical. But advertisers can successfully incubate intellectual property when creators treat spots as pilots, not trailers.